Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Political Talk with JB. I am your host, Julian Boykin, and today we are on week 6 of Civics 101. This is the last class of the Civics 101, and I am excited. So I hope you guys have been following me with this journey. So today we will talk about government's impact on daily life. Government decisions shape your day long before we even wake up, from the water we drink to the roads we drive on. So today I'll show how local, county, and state government touch our lives every day, and often ways that voters may not recognize, we can't see. But let me shed a little light to give you a better perspective of how government impacts our daily life. So what government impacts really mean? It means policies, services that affect daily routines, safety, and quality of life. Also, decisions made by elected administrative officials determine how smoothly communities function. Many of the most important impacts come from local government, not Washington, D.C. So, daily life touch points, we have public safety, police, fire, EMS, emergency management, infrastructure, roads, bridges, sidewalks, traffic signals, stormwater systems, things of that nature. Utilities. When we talk about utilities, we're talking water, sewer, sanitation, and sometimes electricity. Education, school board decisions shape our classrooms, calendars, as well as resources. Public health, we talk about clinics, inspections, environmental health, senior services. So government isn't abstract. So it's the services that you rely on every single day. How does government shape your community? Zoning, land use, that determines, where homes and businesses and parks can be built. Economic development, that entails incentives, business licensing, job growth strategies. Transportation, bus routes, sidewalks, bike lanes, traffic planning. When we talk about parks and recreation, we're talking about youth sports, community centers, trails, public spaces. So your community's character is shaped by the decisions made close to home. So let's look at some real examples of government impact. A pothole gets fixed. That falls under public works. Your child's school start time changes. That falls under the school board representatives. A new grocery store opens. That falls under zoning and permitting. Your property taxes shift. That's your tax assessor and county commission's decision. A new park or playground is built. Now we're talking city council and parks department. So if it affects your daily routine, chances are government has had a hand in it. Let's understand these impacts and why it matters. One, it helps voters make informed choices about local offices. Next, we have, it builds trust when people understand how decisions are made. And last, it encourages accountability. Officers, officials respond when communities stay engaged. So when you understand the system, you can influence it. And one way of staying engaged is going to meetings, knowing who your elected officials are, having access to him or her, and making sure that you can be able to get to them and have your questions written down. What are your thoughts and concerns? What are your plans for another Parks and Rec? What is your plans for growth in the area? Things of that nature. So another thing we can look at is how citizens shape government decisions. Attend your city council meetings, your county commissioner, and school board meetings. Participate in public hearings on zoning, budgets, and ordinances. Also, contact elected officials, email, phone, and in-person meetings. Join advisory boards. Excuse me. Join advisory boards, neighborhood associations, and volunteer groups. That gives you a bird's eye view of what's going on. It also gives you an inside scoop on what's going on currently in the present and what the future look like down the road, where you may have access to the 10, 15, 20-year projection plan for your city or the county that you live in. Excuse me. Transparency and access. Open meetings laws ensure public access to decision making. Budgets, audits, and public records show how money is spent. Managed services and documents are available online for easy access. You just got to be able to you know where to go. And a lot of times you can call your county commissioner's office, your mayor's office, things of that nature, and you can have access to those records that you need to understand, get a better understanding of what's going on in your particular county, city, or your town. Quick tips for voters. Learn which offices control the issues you care about. School, roads, safety, taxes. Learn those offices, understand the duties and responsibilities. So when candidates do come and give their elevator pitch, you already know what the duties are. So you can tell based on this, a candidate's campaign pitch, if the campaign pitch matches the duties and responsibilities. If it doesn't match, 9 times out of 10, that candidate elevator pitch doesn't match your core values. So you'll be better informed, better educated, and on who to vote for and why. Review candidate priorities and past decisions, especially for those incumbents. Look at how the incumbent has voted in the past and on certain issues. And that'll kind of give you an idea of, okay, do I want to support the incumbent or do I want to give the newcomer an opportunity? Pay attention to the local elections. Turnout is low always in local elections, but the impact is high. And ask, how will this office affect my daily life? So as we close out this session, I want everybody to understand government shapes your everyday experience, from safety to schools to services. So stay informed, stay engaged, and vote in every election, especially the local elections. It's good, when you can vote in the presidential elections, but our local elections is what shape our communities, not 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right here in our own backyard. Again, informed voters, stronger communities, and better futures. So if anybody has any questions about this session, if you like for me to go in depth about something, please feel free to let me know. I have no problem doing so. As always, stay informed to become better voters and understand who you're voting for, what the candidate is presenting, and ask yourself, does the candidate's campaign align with your core values? Thank you. God bless you, and have a great evening.